Theme, our discussion today, and it's almost done. Okay, discussion today, and here we are live on YouTube. Perfect. So, hi everyone. So we have today Tarun Thalang again with us. So you all must have seen our latest live podcast, which was the first podcast of New Era Bonds with him. And in that podcast, we got a lot of comments from our subscribers and friends, and they wanted to have some detailed discussion on topics like how to produce content, but with the use of AI, but it should also have the human touch. So today we asked him to give a detailed, seminar kind of thing or a session where we'll start from, okay, what is content writing, how to write articles and blogs, and how we can take help from AI, and how, what, to what extent we can make it human, because at the end human content is the most valuable, experience rich and useful. So over to you, Tarun, and you drive the session, and I'll come up with lot of questions in the session for you to answer for our viewers.
Sure, sure. So yes, so hello everyone. Today we'll be presenting or we will be talking and discussing about how to write content in today's era. Uh, Now we are flooded with AI content everywhere, whether it's blog, emails, or website content. There is a lot of AI content. And when we write, I am comparing what is difference between AI content and human written content. So if you are writing any email or if you are writing any blog post or article, both in your personal setup as well as in professional setup, it will help you show the human intelligence more into your content, so that people will appreciate this content and it will bring better value and it will make our society better with respect to solving real problems of people and giving them the right idea in a way that definitely adds value to their life. So this is my presentation about what are the various differences, and as I will be going through, most of the points you would understand, but this is I'm trying to kind of summarize, aggregate all these differences so that it is for your reference. And when you are aware about these facts, then it shows up in your writing more. You don't have to follow each and everything in the guidelines which I will be sharing, but whatever is appropriate in your context, you should follow that. So this is about the presentation. Let's start.
Yes, perfect. And I just
Yeah.
want to add one thing before Tarun starts, as rightly said with by Tarun, that it's for everyone. So if you are creating content like your personal blogs and vlogs, there's something for you. If you are writing technical blogs, there's something for you. So
Yes.
it's like fruitful for all the viewers. So yes, looking forward to it.
So yeah, the audience could be a content writer, authors, bloggers, or people who are preparing their resume writer, everyone professional. So now in resume, your human touch should come. It should stand out. Or if you are even answering an interview question, how should you answer so that it does not shows up that you have just read some fact and you're talking about something which is maybe AI generated, or you had written, read from somewhere, or have asked Chat GPT via a simple prompt, and now you are answering the same in the interview. So this is for a wide range of audience. So here, how do we show human effort and thought process in the content which we are presenting to others?
Mhm.
So let's go to the content. So as you can see here, yes, so the AI generated content has become very common, And it's very important now for us to demonstrate AI content in our writing, demonstrate our effort and human thought process in any of the content which we are presenting to outside world. So here we will be sharing some unique identifiers. We will be sharing some thought process which involves how to show creativity, how to show human reasoning, and what are the effort indicators. So as you can see, these are very important points. So just pay attention, because if you are following these points in your writing, then definitely it's going to be standing out. Now, let's see. Now, there are a lot of LLM detectors, AI detectors. You would have seen there are, Zero GPT, then Grammarly, Quillbot. There are hundreds of solutions which are uh, detecting AI content, right? But they are not foolproof, and now everyone would be understanding why they classify some content as AI content, some content as human written content. So basically, they don't have any magic algorithm, and they cannot find out or do DNA analysis of your text and figure it out that where it is generated, because now the tools like ChatGPT, they are also generating a lot of human like content. But what these tools do, they do statistic analysis. They have a database of AI generated content, they have a database of human written content, and they try to use statistics. They try to compare your writing with the styles which are already there with their database, and give some statistical numbers like this content is 80% AI generated or 30%, based on the fact that the patterns which they see in the writing, if they are more seen in some of the AI generated content, then they classify these content as that. So that's the simple science behind it. So yes, let's look into more details about it. So this is about detection, which we already discussed. And then they also identify some patterns, which we can call markers. And they also identify human characteristics. So now I will be sharing to you two important things. What are the patterns which shows that this is a human generated content? So two important patterns which
Hmm.
we should look for, that makes real difference or big difference between AI generated content and human generated content.
Mhm.
For example, bustiness and perplexity. These are the two patterns. So burstiness is when we write, humans when they write sentence with varying length. Some sentences are of 4 or 5 words, some sentence could be 10, 15 words, and this keeps changing as we write, because we think our mind works not in a very uniform pattern. It sometimes brings up more ideas, sometimes you get less ideas. So that reflects in your writing, and you write in a style which is mix of both short sentences and long sentences. But tools like LLMs, they have a constant flow of idea because they are machines. So they don't have this writing style where they write in terms of short sentences and big sentences. More or less, their writing is always uniform length writing. So if you are varying the length of sentences, then this also shows that this is more busty and it's more human written. Now, the other important point is perplexity. It's like when we write, sometimes we use uh, something which is unpredictable. So if writing is more predictable, then this is LLM written, because they have some algorithm which is generating text, and there is very less surprise elements in the writing. But when human write, there's a lot of surprise element which comes. So if you are using a lot of surprise elements, you are using phrases which are not very common or popular, and the there is ups and downs in emotions, and things are coming up all of a sudden in a they are going in different directions, and the
So, Tarun, your screen is frozen. So, are you there? So, I'll just check. Tarun's screen is freezed. So, I'll just check. Mm. So by the time we are getting Tarun back, like I would just like to tell everyone that we all make content, right? We make videos, we make written articles, blogs. Now, a lot of people, lot of us have started using AI tools, right? To take help. So if I want to write a script, I'll just go to an AI tool, put in my ideas, and it will generate me a script. Now, point here we are discussing is how to use those AI tools, because whatever platform which you are using, like YouTube, you are using any blog site, whatever platform you are using, they are promoting content based on your authenticity, authentic contents. Okay. Now, lot of people can produce lot of content if we use AI, but how to use that so that it actually helps you, and how to use that so that the human touch, the human perseverance is still there in your content. Because after AI, all the platforms like YouTube, your WordPress, blog sites, everyone is looking forward for authentic content. Okay, so how we can use the AI tools so that we keep the authenticity of the human touch, the human experience, because that's rich, that's something extraordinary, unique, and it cannot be replaced. So, how we can keep that, and then we have to uh, still use AI to help us. So we are getting Tarun back, and we'll start it again. But I just wanted to tell everyone that do watch our live session, live podcast with him as well, which is now there in our channel. And what we have done there is he has discussed about how to crack jobs with some big companies, as well as he has also shared the insight that in today's era, I call it new era, so in today's era, how important is to build intellectual properties. Okay. So that's the reason why I and Ankita decided that let's deep dive on this topic more, so that our viewers can get some insight that how we can use AI and build our content, but as well as I should keep the human touch. So the channel should also have like the human experience and human touch, so that our content is authentic as well, valuable as well, and it's easy for us to write as well. So that's why we came up with a topic which is like LLMs. Okay. So now what does this mean? Okay, so we have different platforms, right? So someone is using YouTube, few people are using WordPress, few people want to write different top different blogs, be it your human experiences, be it your domain knowledge, anything. Okay, so we have to uh, learn how to use the AI for content writing to make our jobs easy. Okay, that's why today, in today's session, we'll be discussing some human content markers. What are content markers? Like some things which we have to keep in mind while generating the content. Now, we have heard a lot in today's session, and we'll be hearing in like the slides ahead the word LLM. So any guesses for like our live viewers? What do you mean by LLM? Because I'll be telling what we mean by LLM, but anyone wants to just tell us like just a little interaction during the live session that what we mean by LLM. Yes, so there are two viewers watching us live, and Pranajit has also commented a lot of things. I'll just read his comments on our live session that the session is really insightful. The way you are breaking down LLM detection, okay, he has also used the word LLM, is a key issue in today's content landscape. Yes, not just identifying AI generated text, but also preserving the authenticity of human creativity. As someone deeply interested in the ethics of AI and content generation, I believe this kind of nuanced discussion is essential. Kudos to the speaker for presenting it in such clarity and depth. Thank you, Pranajit, for liking it. I'm sure like our speaker is loving to, discuss all these things and spreading the knowledge which he has with our viewers. Brilliantly explained, he adds up your insights on LLM detections are not just technical, they reveal the deeper ethical and human questions behind AI. Truly refreshing. Thank you, Pranajit, for that. Are there any best practices or tools you recommend for creators to self assess their content? Might be flagged as AI generated. Sure. So Tarun is just fixing a technical glitch which is at his end about internet connection. And once he's back, we'll definitely take up this question, Pranajit. It's a very good question that are there any best practices or tools you recommend for creators to self assess their content might be flagged as AI generated? Very well said. So LLMs, I'm coming back to LLM after reading the live comments. So LLM, as the name suggests, is large language models. Okay. So what they do, they are like they're in different platforms, and what these platforms do is they detect whether your content is made by AI or it's like a human content, because the algos want to know this, so that they have to utilize your content in that way. They have to keep your content up or down that way. Now there is no knowledge about like, okay, what are the algorithm markers. So in today's session we are not discussing the algorithm markers, but we are discussing some human content markers, that when we use those human content markers in our content which we create by AI, how we can represent our content as more authentic, more real, more humany. Okay, so we are just waiting for Tarun, and I would like to, by the time he's coming, I would like to share my experience. Okay, what I feel. I feel that, okay, all these tools have made our jobs quite easy. Tarun is back. Hi, Tarun. So, by the time you were just fixing the technical problem, I was discussing the very basics like what is LLM, why platforms like YouTube, WordPress just detect AI content, and why they need human content more, because like everyone feels that human experiences are more rich, more authentic. And now it's again a time and an era where these platforms are pushing human content more. So these things, but we have got some brilliant questions with one of our viewer, Tarun. So he's asking that are there any tools you recommend for creators to self-assess if their content might be flagged as AI generated in the platforms or not? So what are the best practices or tools which you suggest him, so that when he create content, he can check whether his content will be flagged as AI created or not?
Sure. Yeah. So that's what the framework I will be sharing later in this
Okay.
session. So just hold on. So there is framework. So there are tools. Tools have their limitations, but if you take care of the points, uh, I will be sharing around many points, more than 10 points, which just through eyes you can look into any content. It will become very obvious whether it is human written or non-human written. So just hold on.
Mm-hmm.
And just I want to confirm, is my content getting shared properly? My
Yeah, we can
present.
see the content in the live as well. I'm checking it with a separate device as well. And before you start, Tarun, his one more question is like, do you think all the platforms use LLM detectors these days? Like, are you sure about like all the platforms use LLM detectors?
Uh, what kind of platform you mean?
Like where we put publish content, like the
Okay.
YouTube, WordPress, if we are writing a blog, like all the platforms which carry our contents.
Yes. So some of the platforms, this they don't ban AI content. For example, YouTube. YouTube is full of AI generated content. They have AI news. They have AI graphics, animations, videos, sometimes songs also. So in YouTube, there is no such restriction. They are promoting content of AI, but other platforms where for example, in LinkedIn or in Medium blogging site, some look for more content, and definitely plagiarism is uh, is a non-ethical way of presenting the content, because when you use any AI content or you generate any AI content, it is always as a best practice we should not put it as our content. We should quote or cite that this is LLM generated content. So these policies keep changing because now we are in the world where these technologies are also evolving very rapidly. So I would suggest that we have to be very careful, and we should always cite use of our content, and it also builds trust that when readers come to my blog, they are looking for content which is coming out from years of experience I have spent in the industry. So if I'm just putting generated content, then you know this is not going giving uh, justice to the time spent by my readers or followers in coming to my site. So I might use these tools to help me to do research or to present content in a better way. For example, uh, creating graphics which can be very intuitive for you to understand. But yes, the writing or the content which I'm presenting should be based on my experiences which I have gained in gained in various situations. For example, working in various companies, handling clients, dealing with various problems which we see in the real time. These experiences AI don't have, so they cannot talk about this, and you have to rely on humans to gain such knowledge which comes out from experience. Now coming to LLM. LLM stands for large language model. These are, I would say, they are servers or systems which are programmed to generate content language. So, as the name suggests, they can understand natural language and they can reply in natural language as well. So, this is the use of LLM. There are many LLMs, and if we go into the details, that will be out of scope of this session. So I'm just covering the various aspects of content creation from the human perspective. So let's start. I would then move on and start presenting my content. Great. So we'll go for further. All
Yes.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So apologies for this break, which was an aberration.
Yeah.
Now we'll cover the content in smooth fashion. Okay. So now we have tools. So yes, there was a query about what tools we can use. So definitely we should have tools which should help us give good experience, provide good experience to our readers. So if we have a lot of punctuation mistakes, if we have a lot of spelling mistakes, grammatical mistakes, then that is bad. So there are tools for like Grammarly, Quillbot. These are the tools I recommend, which can help you detect grammatical mistakes and punctuation mistakes in your writing. Maybe I'll provide the link to these tools which I use. And best way of writing is writing by yourself. And now when it comes to tools, you can use chat gpt or any other similar tool like Gemini or Anthropic Cloud for doing idea generation, because definitely I would highly recommend using LLMs or these chat models, AI based chatting environments for generating ideas. And then you can also use them to generate outline for your blog. This way you will be able to create content which is very well structured. And then definitely your writing, you should use the guidelines which I'm presenting now. So now part is, once I have got an idea that this is the topic I have to write about, and maybe this is the sections or this is overall the structure of my blog. Now I have to put the uh, flash in it. So a skeleton could be created using AI tools. You have to validate, because the flow of content is again important. Sometimes these language models are not good in structuring the uh, content in a flow. So your thought process is very important. So most important tool which we have is the brain here. Now more tools you use, they will make your writing so for example, if someone has used Grammarly a lot, when they suggest some rephrasing or shortening of sentences, then sometimes they take you towards very LLM kind of writing style, right? Also, sometimes there are branding guidelines. So if you're writing or you are building presentations, many organizations, they have branding guidelines where they say these are the colors, these are the style of writing. So if you follow these styles, again, you are moving towards LLM kind of writing. So sometimes you may be writing normal and through your thought process, but since you are completely surrounded by similar content, your writing style may become like LLM, and it can be also wrongly detected by LLM detectors as written by LLM. So we have to be careful about these important points which I will be sharing going forward in this presentation, which will help you differentiate and put writing in a way that LLMs cannot do. And you will also very much appreciate that these form of writing definitely cannot be done by LLMs. So just give me a minute. Let me, yes. Perfect. So let's start. So that's what. Now, LLMs are good in style guideline conformity, which we discussed already. They are a lot of times used as a tool, but again, your more the tools you use. Say, for example, for idea generation, also you are using Chat GPT, or for outlining your content. Also, if you are using more the tool you use, you are moving towards LLM generated content. And what will end up to readers, also readers may feel it like being written by a polished robot. Now, but yes, always take care of bustiness and perplexity. So this is the paradox that sometimes we write and we use tools, but more you try to be uh, writing like a human, sometimes you tend to write more like a LLMs, right? Sometimes you make mistakes, grammatical mistakes, sometimes spelling mistakes. That also shows this is written by human. So sometimes authors or bloggers, they purposely put some spelling mistakes, grammatical mistakes to sound like humans. But again, this is not a good practice. I will not recommend this, because you are again doing this, and readers experience is compromised. Correct. Then I will share a framework now shortly which will help you to write better like humans. So here okay, so these topics are this I have already discussed, that justification, no? Or authors must explain why human effort is necessary. No, because basically what happens is, if you are writing, readers will say that, okay, why should I read your writing? Why not I generate myself with ChatGPT? So this justification is very important, that in your writing should be such that readers should feel that I'm getting some value which is more than what I will be getting by just giving some simple prompt in ChatGPT. So yeah,
So,
because
Tarun, here I just want the viewers to concentrate, like this is a very important point. So, can you give some examples like how we can make our content rich in experience, and then it should be a better version of what we'll get by using AI tools? So, very simple example, like if you have come across anything, if you can remember.
yes, I am giving, I have a lot of examples which I'll be covering next.
Lovely.
So
Hmm.
I'm giving first principles
Yeah.
which we should apply in the framework.
Mm-hmm.
I have prepared myself this framework, but again, I've referred few bloggers, I have referred some of my friends. So some of the content which I'm presenting is based on a blog from one of my friend who is a writer since many decades, and he is a very polished writer based out in US. I will
Mm-hmm.
share the source of the original blog post also, but I have
Okay.
simplified these concepts which are
Mhm.
written by him and in this presentation, and I have put them in a way so that it's easy to remember, right?
Perfect. Looking
So
forward.
this is what I have called is a writer's framework. So, and these things you will understand that cannot be done by ChatGPT. So, for example, now point one or example one, we should always start our article if some article has a hook, right? Or it's written like a journalist. So I may write like, yesterday morning in one meeting, I got to know about use of artificial intelligence in increasing the some ethical or moral practices within some department. So this is a human written, definitely. No, when LLMs write, they don't say that, okay, yesterday morning I was feeling tired, or I saw a lot of fog uh, uh, in my backyard, and then so these kind of writing, when you write or you refer to some recent event. For example, yesterday I just attended a presentation by Sundar Pichai or something like that. This is definitely not written by LLMs, because they don't write like that. They don't state any specific time. They are designed to be generic. But if you are specific, then it is more human written. So I would encourage people to share experiences in this way, so that this brings attention. This increases the attention of readers. Then you should quote some of the statistics. So, for example, as per the survey from Indian Institute of Technology about artificial intelligence, There is 25% increase in the uses of artificial intelligence in industry. So if you are stating LLMs don't quote, they generally just copy stuff from different places. So here we should use some quotations, by well-known authors, or you can use some statistics from some reports. So this shows that you have put in some effort to verify the validity of the content which you are writing, and it gives more authority and establishes yourself as an expert in this field, because that is the reason why you were able to quote these well-known authors, because you have done a lot of reading, or you are aware of various reports and research papers. So if you are mentioning them, this is very important, and this will differentiate your writing from LLM. Now, then other stuff is, as you can say, that reality and reliability. So things, which are some impact statements, like, okay, if we do more unit testing, or if we do automation in our projects, then no in recent time we have seen 15% increase in productivity, or this much decrease in the cost. So these kinds of statistics, real life situations, when you mention, it makes your writing more of a human written, right? So this is in addition to two, which I already stated: varying sentence length and unpredictability, because this makes your writing more interesting also. And it also breaks the monotony. And then there is individual voice. So you should have your personality, because when you write, you may be fond of making some jokes and humors. So sometimes LLMs are not good at that, and they cannot do analogy, right? So for example, you can say the project my project manager gave me some deadline which was like a concrete pillar, and there was no flexibility in that. So I'm kind of comparing the deadline of my project manager with concrete pillar. So this kind of analogy, when I use, this is again not possible by LLMs. And I may be having a habit of giving analogies from one particular field. For example, I may be giving analogy which is from the building or architecture, or from military, and that's my style, or from some animals, pet animals which I like. So these kinds of styles, my personal branding gives good human touch, and people enjoy these kind of writings, and this differentiates, and this brings your personality into the writing, and readers, they enjoy it, they find it interesting. Then you can refer to previous events, your experiences, because if you are saying that I used to follow this particular development process in the past, but then this particular failure or this particular customer issue helped me realize that there is something better which I should do. These kind of statements LLMs don't do. They don't say that, okay, this project I failed, because they don't have experience. They are not human. They don't have real experiences, or they don't have project experiences. So if your writing is having these kinds of instances where you may be referring to some colleague who did something, or who learned, or your past mistakes. So mentioning about past mistakes, this we should do very often in our writing. So sometimes, yeah, creative language. So this is also I have given some examples. So this will also help. And then there is radical insights, sometimes novel observation. So sometimes innovation, we have innovative thought process. Sometimes we find out some observation which maybe someone has not got in the past. So if you're seeing some content which is novel, that means this is written by human, because when LLMs write, they write based on the learning data which they received. So they cannot give novel ideas, right? So they can give only ideas which are already written somewhere else. So using creativity, using novelty, using humor, these are things which brings expressions and engagement to your writing and makes it interesting and valuable for readers also. Now, the other things are, so one important aspect is there are various tools. For example, Google Doc. When you write in Google Doc, or there are various blogging sites, when you write there, they maintain the history of your work. So if you can show the history of your work, that is another way of proving that this content is written by human. Because if I have a content which has maybe 15 editings, then definitely this solidifies my claim that this is human written. I just didn't copied it from LLM, because if I would have copied it, then no, it would be having two or three such drafts. But if some content is written by human, I have a history of editing, rephrasing, restructuring. So that proof you should always preserve, so that always you can counter claim. If someone says that this is AI generated, then you can show them that this is my version history, and this is written by me by putting various thoughts and efforts. Correct. So other important things, few things which I would also give as an example is writing too much in passive voice, right? So for example, if someone is writing that the decision was made to use agile methodology, this is something which LLMs can write. But no, a human would write after thorough discussions and analysis, we decided to use agile programming. So sometimes no use of active voice differentiates it. So this is one important differentiation. Then there are a lot of wordings or phrases which are common in LLMs, because if every any if you are reading any blogs nowadays, many blogs, you would see they will start with, in today's fast paced world, blah blah blah, then that is definitely written by LLM, because LLMs, they follow fixed patterns. As I said, they cannot be creative or innovative. They always have these kinds of same similar phrases where they say, in today's fast paced world of artificial intelligence, or of cloud computing, or of mobile, they follow this same pattern structure. And then sometimes we know more insights about some brand. So if suppose I am writing for some brand, say Nike, I know that their brand value is people wear Nike shoes, but not because of comfort. They wear it because they want to experience their motto, which is nothing is impossible. Or when people drink Red Bull, they don't drink it for taste. They drink it to push themselves beyond limits, because the brand brings in adventure. So these kind of knowledge about the brands and deep understanding of the subject and context, humans can have, LLMs cannot have. So yes, accepting mistakes. Uh, Sometimes you don't know all the things. So whenever there is some lack of knowledge, you should also write that, okay, this is my uh, understanding, but I might be wrong, or I have a plan B if this does not succeed. Such kind of things, only humans do. And LLMs, they will always confidently give you wrong information. They will not say that they are not aware. So this is something more you can use to make your writing as human, written. So you don't have to use all these markers. Use few of them when appropriate, because otherwise, if you use too much of them and all of them, then it might not become very interesting. Also, sometimes you see some movies or some events. You might have some famous personality, so you can always use some analogy. So for example, no my client was uh, rushing behind me like Tom and Jerry. So such kind of analogy, when you use uh, some of these cultural aspects, humans are aware. So putting culture into writing is also something which humans can do. These LLMs, they don't bring in culture to the writing. So yes, this is all about the writer's framework, which is with list of things which, if you put in your writing, it will make your writing more like human written rather than generated by LLM. And definitely, these writings, when you give it to AI detectors uh, or plagiarism detectors, definitely they will be also approving it. And such kind of writing, if you're writing for some professional environment, will also get approved by people who are reviewing your work. Editors, they will appreciate the work which you will be doing. Correct. So yeah, this is all about uh, how to write so that it goes beyond detection. And not only our goal is not to pass the detection, because no, we should not worry about, because again, if you worry too much, then you will write like LLMs, because your personality will be hidden in that. And for all the points which I have shared, if you have reason to do it or not to do it, because if there is a branding guideline that you should write in passive voice, then you don't have to write in active voice. Or if there is a branding guidelines to not to use analogies and all, then you have to avoid. So based on your branding guidelines and your human justification, you should write. And don't try to just write so that to fool detectors, because that is another problem which I see in writers nowadays. Their writing is more or less to kind of fool the AI detectors. They have the thought process is, who is your target audience, and are they getting value out of it? Is this blog or article making the world better by solving a particular problem? If this is being done, then definitely the effort you are putting behind that writing will be worth. And you don't have to worry, it will become automatically viral and it will be appreciated by everyone if you have all these characteristics in your writing. And yes, use your strategic selection. Whatever you feel fits into your style, fits into your context and subject which you are writing, use them. Don't worry, or don't try to use all these markers which I have shared in this session. So this is all I had for today. I will be open for some questions, or you can also connect over YouTube through comments, and then we can discuss that as well. I'll also share my, social media contacts as well, so that you guys can also engage on conversation around this in the time going forward.
Mhm. Perfect, Tarun. So, lot of good things we got to know. Some of the highlights I have typed in our live session. So, if someone don't want to watch the full video, they can still go and see the comments. Now, particularly Tarun, so some things we liked a lot is like don't use all the markers. Otherwise, it will make your work too much AI like. So that was something which I can relate a lot, because when we create contents, we always try to put in lot of markers, but all the markers were really good. And after learning about these markers, like somewhere we all think that, okay, AI content are so much in the market, so where is the authenticity? But still, after knowing your markers, again, I am confident enough that like our human brain is generating the creative most and the best ideas which AI cannot replace. So, Tarun, can you also give some examples like to the viewers so that they can relate more that how to make their writing better?
Okay,
Mhm.
so yes, about the examples I anyway mentioned. So follow some structures, So the guidelines I will just recap that have sentences which are some of the practices. So I'm author of many books, and I have written hundreds of blogs for various organizations, startups, and I also work and engage with various content strategy firm which build brands for different organizations. So the guidelines which I follow is breaking the monotonity. First is always give readers the interest, keep the reader interested throughout your writing so that they don't feel bored. Because although if your content is good, but if you are going in same way, same pattern, they may get bored. So always write and share your ups and downs, and write in sentences which are not very long. Don't use too much of adjectives, right? So we should have direct writing because conciseness is also important. And break your writing into smaller paragraphs. Maybe engage, write in an engaging style. Keep asking questions to the with the audience
Mhm.
so that they should start thinking. So if you are writing about use of artificial intelligence, then ask readers in between that have you found any problems by using AI tools. So whatever you are writing, write in engaging style where you write as if you are talking or you are having a conversation with the audience. uh, Put some problem, show the solution, so that way their mind will also work while they are reading. And put some statistics, quotes, reports, some quotations or important phrases from thought leaders. So that references definitely keeps the reader interested in the reading, and they also are able to validate that whatever you are saying is being approved by various authorities. Other than that, yes, don't write very in a very serious tone throughout. So put some humor as well, so that no people enjoy this reading, and they will remember it. Because if someone is reading and there are some things, like sometimes it could be humor, sometimes it could be some statistics or thought-provoking questions, the people remember the writing, and this way they will come back to you and read more from you, because they will remember. If your writing looks like any other person writing, then they may not remember you, and then they will not come back to you, right? So that is one important thing.
Mhm.
And
So one
yes,
last question, Tarun. Like if we take a very simple example, okay? Like today, if we take just a recipe, I tried some new recipe, a new kind of sandwich, and I want to just convert that into blog, okay? So in reality, if I am a new content writer, how you would suggest what are the steps that when I should use the AI tools and what structures I should write from my brain, my human brain, how to do that. If in next 10 minutes you can brief everyone about taking this simple example, it would really help the new budding content writers. Not content writers, but like normal people who just want to write their experiences or skills and turn them into blogs or content.
sure. So if someone is writing about the sandwich,
Mhm.
so Definitely, no, you can say I was feeling very hungry. I had this sandwich, although it was a small piece, but eating a one bite was like a full meal, because these kinds of expressions AI won't have. So AI
Yes.
will not have hunger. It will not feel like, okay, small bite is giving good satisfaction like a complete
Mm-hmm.
meal. And
Correct.
then you can write about the ingredients. Sometimes you may not know some ingredients or may not know about the origin. So keep people interested. Then you can research or figure it out, that what was the origin of this particular sandwich. So if it is, say, some special sandwich which was uh, no first invented or which was created, cooked in Germany, then you can mention that. So here, that can little bit help you can get, because sometimes if you are running short of ideas. So basically, AI, as I said, when to use is when there is blocker, you are not able to come
Oh,
up with ideas, then this is
yes.
the time to write. Because without AI, few years back when I have to write, now you are writing, then sometimes you come out of ideas, right?
Yes.
Then you have to think, you have to stop. So use AI for uh, generating more ideas, and
Mm-hmm.
then removing that writer's block, and then you move and write by yourself. So this way you will be able to write good content.
Yes, very
Let's
rightly
do that,
said.
of course.
I love this idea that, yes, use AI when we actually feel that our mind is not able to think on that particular thing, then just take a help. But don't just open the AI tool and start writing your article from scratch there. So
Yeah.
first, yeah, and the ideas where you told us to connect with cultural experiences. If I have used a particular mustard sauce in the sandwich and I don't know, then create some interest with the viewers about that mustard sauce or like some ingredient which you really liked. So yes, adding cultural thing, adding your experiences and your actual thought process in your content is what make it authentic. So truly, I loved your session, Tarun, and I've just promise all the viewers that we'll be coming up with more such sessions with him which will help you all. So any last closing thoughts, Tarun, you want to give?
So yeah, definitely. I will encourage everyone to do writing, because a lot of people, they feel now this is not worth writing, but writing, teaching is something. If you do frequently, it makes you a good communicator, because if you are writing, it makes you think, and it brings in thoroughness. And if you're talking to someone in meeting, or explaining someone, then it makes a lot of difference, because it helps you improve communication, brings in more ideas, and also you become very good in analyzing things, because when you are writing, you are constantly thinking about what readers will think about it. So putting up the benefits, and comparing things, you get better with writing experience. So I would say this is a great mental exercise, and people who write will stay sharp, and they definitely will excel in their careers.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Tarun, for taking out time for our today's live session. And this live will be recorded and posted in our channel. So later on, if you get time, you can watch it, you can share it with your friends, and make this session a valuable experience in your life. All the best, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tarun.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.